peacefully occupy that. I'll explain why. I have considered looting it and then just leaving it, destroying everything that's in there, but I've decided against. I've decided that I don't need to restore that because I didn't go through it, did I? I was expecting I would do. Now this is the place that I damaged. Look at that, it's going to take 8 turns to restore that now. That was my stupid thing that I did. The other thing I want to do is destroy this, the modern university. I don't need another university. I'm researching quickly enough for my mind anyway, and I don't think I'll have enough time to research 4 things. I'm not too bothered about it anyway. Not only that, I can raise some kind of a spy squad in there, can't I? So that's what I'm going to be doing now. Okay, so over in Prague, which is just below here, we have to start recruiting in this area. So I'm going to get some light cavalry. I'm going to get some musketeers. Somebody said to me, why don't you enter into a recruitment war? I don't know if I showed you, but Berlin seems to be recruiting loads and loads and loads of troops, and they're extremely good quality troops as well. You know, some Toon, Chevron, guards and all sorts of things coming out of there, so it had to be stopped. So okay, so if we're going to go into that kind of a war, I've taken Dresden and I've taken Berlin off them, so I can recruit in those places, and he can't, so the advantage is more in my favour, I would hope, anyway. Over in Budapest, that's in the Hungary area, which is down here somewhere. I'll just get rid of the sound, actually. Okay, that's much better. I'm looking for Budapest, and I seem to be looking in completely the wrong area. Where are we? There it is. And in Budapest, what I want is some musketeers in here, because I can get 2 Chevron musketeers in there, and that's something I certainly want. Over in Warsaw, just north of Warsaw, I've got some chaps here that are out on a bit of a limb, so I'm going to move those in, just into a position that we can defend a bit better, which is the bridge area. Now, over in, I call it Constantinople, but in this it's called Istanbul, which I'm sure is right. I'm going to get an improved barracks. Okay, now I think I'm going to need to reinforce Prague a little as well. I can find it. Again, I'm losing track of where things are because I can't work simply from the blue and green divide anymore. So I'm going to move those into the Prague direction. I'm hoping I no longer need to defend that bridge. And now I'm hoping now, if I send these spies a little bit further over, I know they've already been used this turn, but I can get them nearer to the kind of places where I want them to go. I want them to go near to the French territories, and one's there, as you can see, and the other one's way over there. So I'm going to get them over there. Notice, by the way, when I was choosing the area that spy went to, that there was a lot of ice and snow around. I'm hoping that will play to my advantage. See that army that's coming over there? There will be more. Large troop concentrations here and here as well, so I'm going to have to be careful what I do here, because if he manages to get those large numbers of troops against my really quite depleted forces, don't forget we're on reds there as well, by the way, so I need to do something about improving things in there. I don't think I can recruit any more in here, can I? No, I can't recruit in there yet. And in fact, it's only 1 turn, so I should be able to get some reinforcements in there to support them shortly. So let's end the turn and see what the French have got in mind for us now. Right, whereabouts are we? We're just south of Berlin now. These look like they might well be heading up towards Prague. Oh no, they're not. They've turned away. I wonder why they've turned away. Why would they go that way? That's interesting, isn't it? Are they going towards the Tyrol troops? It does look like it, doesn't it? It looks like they're going around Bohemia, doesn't it? Okay, these troops can't quite work out where they are, but they must be just to the west of Berlin. Not Berlin, Königsberg, I should say. That's that port that I damaged, I think, just to the west of them. They're heading towards, it looks like only 1 troop there, 1 lot of troops heading towards Königsberg, it seems. I didn't quite catch where they were, but they seem to be coming from France. These are part of the overall reinforcements coming up from France. Oh, these are from Strasbourg, a full army coming all the way up from the centre of France that he's been building up. So don't forget he's already got about 4 armies in the middle of, well, what are my territories now because I've taken them. So, I mean, including this and the other ones that we've seen just now, he's got 6 or 7 full armies. He's still a pretty big contender, I would say. Just small units. Looks like he's bringing out the occasional reinforcement, 1 or 2 men. My idea, by the way, is to reduce him down to recruitment areas in my part of Europe, to just militia type troops. So I take out the areas where he's got the possibility of recruiting quality troops. No, I'm not going to surrender Berlin and Brandenburg. I'm going to stand. Now usually I'm hoping, oh yes, good. If he attacks, normally he'll siege first. I didn't expect him to assault me on that occasion. Now you'll know how sparse I am up there. Berlin has hardly any troops in it. Prague has hardly any troops in it as well. Dresden has hardly any troops. We are very, very thin on the ground on there, and that's all borderland area. So I do certainly need to pay a great deal of attention to that matter. I have noticed he's keeping away from the icy areas. Yeah, he's approaching it there, but notice he doesn't get into the areas where he starts to suffer attrition. You know, where the flags start to fade in and out with the skull and crossbones on, like happens with the Prussians. Notice he's avoiding that. He's keeping away from those icy territories. Somebody said to me, what's Boney doing? What's Napoleon Bonaparte doing? He does seem to be sitting in that supply depot on the border with Prussia. And again, I think it's the same problem. He doesn't want to venture out into the snow area, into the freezing areas, because he knows he's going to suffer attrition. This is the time of year, now, when he's going to avoid moving in to my territory, I would guess. So I'm going to work on, I've got a little plan that I hope will force him to come and attack me, or rather that will throw him into the icy territories. And then, as somebody said recently to me, you know, General Winter is the best general that I've got. Well, let's see if I can expose the French to a little bit of General Winter. Okay, I'm doing this all very slowly. As soon as the French movie's over, I'll speed it all up. People have I don't know, some brilliant comments to make, and they watch out across these campaign maps far better than I do. I often think that I miss a lot because I'm talking, and when I'm editing, I'm simply looking for you know, bits that I can skip where, you know, nothing happens, or where I'm sort of trying to find somewhere or something, and it's just going to be dull for you to watch. So you know, you guys out there tend to be in a lot of ways a second, well, much more than a second pair of eyes for me. Anyway, here we go, the British move. I'll speed all of this up. Right, I don't think there's anything relevant really. The Prussians are swapping their troops around on the border, as you can see. These are perhaps some Italians, I would have thought. A gentleman moving to another university. I was going to say maybe he was in the Berlin University that I've just destroyed, but I don't think that was the case. I hope I repaired those buildings in Berlin, because I do need those. Can't remember if I did that or not. Oh gosh, I do hope I did that. Agent assassinated. Right, so somebody's got something out there that's assassinating my spies. Okay, city besieged Berlin. We saw that, so we don't really need to look at that. I've got a spy up here in Austria. Let's see what I can do with this one. Is he near anyone where he can actually physically do anything? I'm not too sure. Can't really see anything he can do. Miles away from anywhere, so I'll just get him in the general direction of where he might be able to do something. Just have a quick look over here, see if he can reach any of these. Not quite, I don't think. He's still in my area, as you can see over there. He hasn't left. So I'm going to move these across to, I don't know, over perhaps to here. Okay, doesn't really matter. Right, trade route raided. That'll be the one in the English Channel. Workers on strike in Brandenburg. I showed you that they were red, didn't I? So that doesn't surprise anybody. Natural causes of the gentleman. One of my gentlemen has died in one of the universities. Right, okay, we've got an ordnance board in St. Petersburg. I think that's the ultimate building that I can get anyway, so it is. So there's no point in me looking at that to see about recruiting anymore. And that's the spy that we got in Austria.